This is why you die.
Hello all and welcome back to This Is Why You Died, the horror show that knows that blood is really quite warm. It's a lot like drinking hot chocolate, but with more screaming.
Oh.
You were fine.
I am
until
Sir
you
Ian
said drinking.
I am Sir Ian Dangerous, aka your Uncle Frank, and joining me as always are two guys who drink their steaming sanguine elixirs with marshmallows, Dan March of Madness and Ryan Ross Live. Welcome to the show,
Absolutely.
I
everybody.
prefer Lucky Charms.
Shout out to Ryan and Meekum for that intro. Yeah, no, Lucky Charms with a little bit of
A little bit of
some
iron.
human hot chocolate. Yeah, a little bit of
Yoy.
iron in your little extra iron. That's a healthy part of a balanced breakfast right there. We are the show that discusses horror films that we choose based on prompts that we draw at random from the 666 words and phrases in our buckets of the beast. And today, our prompt is brought to us by our very own Ryan Ross Live
It's-a
over
me.
there. It's you. You had a tough prompt today. That was a brutal one that you brought to the show today, but you pulled it off, and we watched a very cool movie that we're going to talk about a little later on. We'll tell you what that movie was and what we thought about it. But first things first, we cannot wait no longer. We got to do a little bit of horror news. That's right, horror news time. What is happening? Herbert West is coming back. That's what's happening. If you like Reanimator, a little bit of Lovecraftian stuff. Remember, Stuart Gordon made a movie of it back in the 80s, The Reanimator. Herbert West is coming back. There's a new series that's going to be written by Jade Sandberg Wells, and it's going to be opening on, I believe, let's see, I have it in my notes where it's going to be, don't I? Let's see. I don't have where it's going to be. Maybe, but Ryan, can you help me out? I fucked up on the notes here. It's going to be coming. It's written by let's see, this Michael Grossman, who did the originals and Pretty Little Liars. He's going to direct. He's also known for Drake and Josh, Cobra Kai, and Star Trek, starring Joseph Morgan. That's right.
What's the guy's
That's
name?
like Ryan's favorite show.
I did
He's
love
not
Drake
known
and Josh.
for horror stuff. He's known for some like he did Kenan and Kel too. It's kind of weird. It's going to be starring Joseph Morgan. For those of you who are fans of Vampire Diaries, Michael Grossman directed him in the originals, which was of course the spinoff from Vampire Diaries. Joseph Morgan was the evil what was the name? Klaus Michelson on Vamp. I don't know the show at all, but he played the big
show.
Bad on the show. He was also in Open Grave with Charlton Copley. He was James Ackerson in the Halo series. That's the guy who's going to be your Herbert West in the new Reanimator show. It's also going to be starring Katie Cassidy, who you might remember from When a Stranger Calls remake 2006, the Black Christmas remake in 2006, and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake in 2010. Also, you might know her as the Black Canary on Arrow on the CW. But so a couple of people that you may have heard of are going to be on this show. The idea is that Herbert West saw his dad reanimate his mom when he was a kid, and now is obsessed with his dad's experiments, and he starts trying to reanimate the dead at a local hospital, and Katie Cassidy plays his love interest. I don't know, guys. I am a big fan of the Stuart Gordon one, which is not very faithful to the book, but I'm a little nervous about this show just because of the people attached to it don't sound like they've got a ton of horror in their backgrounds. What do you guys know about Reanimator?
Did you say the word? Did you say that he worked on Pretty Little Liars though?
Yes,
Was that one of the shows?
The director, Michael Grossman. Yes.
Okay, well that show tiptoed into slasher horror territory all the time. I mean, there was even one episode that was the whole episode was just Terror Train. So like I feel like that director might add a little bit to it, but he wasn't one of like isn't Reanimator supposed to be a little like I don't know. I haven't seen Reanimator.
Well, this is the
So
interesting
that's
thing.
the thing.
Oh no! What? Dan? You're supposed to be my horror guy on here.
I
You're
know,
supposed
and
to
that's
back
my
me up.
other reveal. That's another reveal of a classic that I should have seen that I have not. So
well, we'll have to get to that on this show at some point because it is an all-time classic splat-core film, very, very gory, which is not a whole lot like the book. The actual original short story by H.P. Lovecraft, much more kind of like scientific and creepy. So yeah, I'm curious how they're going to play this one. I doubt they're going to go as over the top as the movie with this show. I wish they would, but the special effects team they're Star Trek people, so I have a feeling they're going to be a little bit more. They're a little bit more towards the book, closer to the book with this show. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do with that. But also, guess who else is coming back? Freddy Krueger's coming back. Not only are we getting Herbert West, I'm more excited about this one. Freddy Krueger coming back. Paramount has actually acquired the rights to the original screenplay from Craven's widow, Aya Labunka, and Craven's son, Jonathan Craven. They're going to produce, along with Mark Toberoff, who's the copyright attorney who finally got this deal done, because that's been in limbo ever since that remake back in 2010. Paramount's going to do this on an imprint called Paramount Primal. Have you guys heard of this? Either of you guys
What is
heard of
an
Paramount
imprint?
Primal? It's basically like they're doing like a little production company that's owned by Paramount, and they're calling it Paramount. Kind of like I think what Universal was doing with Dark Universe.
Okay.
Maybe?
Okay.
But I haven't really heard anything else about this production company, so I'm not really sure. The name itself makes me think that it's going to be for, kind of edgier, maybe like horror films or something like that, but I haven't heard of anything else being made by it. So it's kind of weird. But I will say this, the thing that has me excited about the Freddy movie is the new Nightmare on Elm Street movie, is that people involved with it are also J.D. Lifshitz and Raphael Margulies, who are the producers of such movies as Barbarian and Weapons, as well as Lifshitz also did Becky, Companion, and Woman of the Hour. So some pretty good recent horror chops there. And also, depending on when this episode actually airs, maybe this rumor will have been confirmed, but can you guys take a guess at who is being rumored as being cast as the new Freddy? Take a guess. Pick a name out of the air. Anyone you can think of.
I'm trying to. Adam Driver.
Nope. That's actually an interesting
That's a good one. I
Dan,
just don't. I don't
think
want it
hard,
to.
Dan. This is actually more in your kind of book here because of the movies that you like. Matt, think who's going to be Freddy? I'll give you a full out hint.
Okay.
One of the people who plays the killer in Scream. Passing of the torch.
Lillard?
Yes.
Matthew Lillard as Freddy?
Matthew Lillard is being rumored as possibly being
good.
the new Freddy. And I think that between that and the production team on this, I'm pretty excited.
Dude.
There's a lot of possibilities. This could actually be kind of cool. They are going to reboot the franchise. Reboot. They basically what they have is the rights to the original screenplay. So the original concept of Freddy is what they have. Paramount does not have the international rights. Those are still owned by New Line. But this is going to be something where they're going to try to start their own Nightmare on Elm Street franchise all over again. So fingers crossed it's at least better than the last time they tried to reboot it, because that was not so great. But that is the news, boys.
Wow.
And I hope that you guys have retained some energy from that, because Dan March of Madness has to do a little something we like to call the March a Minute. Dan's got to speak for a minute straight, kind of like what I just did. But except Dan has to do it about something that's aggrieving him, or some sort of rant, something that he's happy about, something he's sad about. He's to talk for a minute straight.
Real quick, I'm going to chime in that Sasha would like me to let Dan know that she thinks that too many of his rants have been friendly lately, and she wants Dan to get. She thinks that Dan hasn't been ranting enough, and so
she's
I'm
calling
going
out
to throw
the beast.
this out there. You can take that as you will, but I'm going to let you know that
I know.
The people want more rants, and by the people I mean my
today,
partner specifically.
For sure.
Oh, you're ranting today? Dan's got the rant today.
I already had this in mind, and it's funny that the news was already talking about it. So
wow, Dictator Tot.
Here we go.
Mr. Ross Live is calling out the thunder. Ryan's over there with the timer. You have a minute straight to talk, Dan. No more, no less. Let's go. March a minute on 3, 2, 1. Take it away.
Here we go, Dictator Tot. Thank you for that, because I wanted to rant today, and the news of what Ian was talking about was what I was thinking about too. Is that why touch Freddy? You just got a brand new idea of obsession, and these like new, just like take new ideas and start giving those to young filmmakers or start giving those brand new ideas instead of going back to old IP. I understand it's exciting. Let's bring Freddy back. Let's bring a new thing back. But it's like, but there's so much more out there that it's like, let's stop the past and let's start reaching for these new stories, new characters. So, I think that's my rant, is that I'm tired of them, when horror starts to achieve, they start reaching back to the past. Stop reaching back to the past when horror is big again. It's like, start embracing the newness and bring more of the newness again, so we get more new and scary ideas as opposed to reliving the old scary stuff.
Oh, Dan with a strong opinion there, saying don't do remakes when horror is hitting hard. I will say, Dan, I'm going to have to take issue with one turn of phrase you used there, because usually you're not touching Freddy. Freddy's the one touching you.
Oh, God.
Especially if you're a little kid on Elm Street.
Yeah.
All that to
This
say,
is what
though,
we
Dan,
deal with together. All of us.
all
of you listening.
I'm just saying, Dan, that's a very good point. They are now starting to do some remakes while they're in the middle of a nice horror. What would you even call it? Like a new wave of fantastic, interesting internet-based horror. And Lord knows Hollywood's doing a lot of looking at the internet and YouTube. Like, do you guys know of any other YouTube properties that you think would probably become horror movies?
I'm sure that here's the thing. There's a lot of creepypastas, as they're called, out there that are the kind of dark. I mean, Backrooms was definitely of that era. I know Siren Head is something that is being produced that's kind of the same thing.
I think Blumhouse just got the rights to that right now.
That's right.
So they're moving on that
true.
quick.
And WB, I think, is involved in it as well. I think they're helping develop, ? I think, like, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, is it CSP? Is that the...
SCP.
SCP?
Secure, Contain, Protect.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one, because that is a whole bunch of writers that are working under, and I'm afraid I don't know the exact legalese about this, but it's basically it's open format. So you can't copyright it. So if they made it into a movie, they would not own the rights to the idea that they would be using. So but they have to be careful about that, because if they also rip it off and then try to claim it, it could be, they could be sued to have it be back in open source. So,
well, the irony is that I think that Backrooms ran into some of that, because Backrooms was copyright striking anything that was Backrooms related, and the Backrooms has been like a concept online forever, and there was a huge problem, and it sounds like they've started to walk some of it back, but they were just like copyright striking all this stuff because they made the movie, but the concept was not theirs to begin with. I wouldn't be surprised if we ran into some other stuff in that same vein. I'm surprised we haven't seen the Slender Man movie, to be honest.
There was a Slender Man movie.
Oh, there was a Slender Man movie.
Yes. Wasn't very good, sadly.
No. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised.
I think the Slender Man documentary is scarier. Where they tell the story about the girls.
Yes.
That's horrific to watch.
Who believe that he was real. That is a scary documentary worth checking out. Kane Parsons, actually, director of Backrooms, did actually have to tell the studio to back off because the studio was copyright striking, and he was like, dude, you can't. You're going to get in trouble if you do that. Don't kill the community on us. So, interesting times we're going into, Dan. Me personally, I'm excited to see a new look at Freddy, because I feel like, in the vein of what you're talking about, where like new horror is happening, I feel like that's a concept you could take a new look at. For example, we have some of these new directors, like these new young directors that are coming along, like Kane Parsons, like Curry Barker, who are expressing interest. Curry Barker has expressed interest in directing the new Nightmare movie. If you give him a shot at doing that, I want to see what he has to say about
I would love to see a Curry Barker, Matthew Lillard pairing.
Curry Barker is doing the Texas Chainsaw
Massacre. You're right. So, I mean, you're right. Those are exciting. It just feels like as soon as we start ramping up, or like look at like brand new original ideas, here's proof that that's what we want, and it's like all this news comes out, like, we're going back to these great other horror things too. It's like, well, hold on, like there's these other creators and there's these other people with probably like new scripts, like let's start pushing those in first before all this new stuff starts coming back. That's what I'm pushing at.
Ironic that you say that, considering the movie that we're doing today, because Ryan went and picked a very original movie based on a kind of tired concept at this point. zombies have been pretty, I would say, played out in the last 20 years, and we were watching a zombie movie for today. Ryan, do you want to tell us what it was that your prompt was and then what we're watching today?
So I had the prompt continuous, which I was originally, it's a little esoteric. I was looking into some other options of like maybe continuous franchises, continuous suffering, like how could I angle this? And one of the things that popped up in my research was continuous shots. And I hadn't considered that angle. But there were a pretty significant sum of horror movies that had continuous significant shots within them. And I found a whole list. But the one that kind of caught my attention was One Cut of the Dead because it was described as a dark horror comedy, which I felt like we hadn't done in the show in a while, and I'm always a fan for some good-natured humor mixed in with all the suffering that you twisted boys like.
What?
But the other aspect was that there were some that were done in one take as the whole movie, but a lot of them kind of were criticized for like they had shortcomings because obviously that's very difficult to do. This movie had a single take that was the first 40 minutes of the film, but then following that, it goes into a more regular cadence.
Well, careful. We're going to avoid spoiler territory right now because that is a bit of a spoiler about the movie. But yes, go ahead. There was a continuous shot in this movie.
The beginning shot of the movie is entirely one take, and you basically think the movie's over. And that was an interesting concept. And so I was interested to find out. I basically knew almost nothing else, other than that's Japanese.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that because I also knew very little about this movie going into it. I hadn't seen it either. This is one of the ones that missed me because I don't tend to seek out found footage horror movies. I don't like them that much. And I assumed I knew the basic concept of the movie, which is a director is filming a low budget zombie movie and an actual zombie outbreak breaks out. And then he's like, we're not cutting. We're going to shoot the actual zombies because it makes a better movie. And it was a found footage movie. That's all I knew about it. That's kind of the tagline of the movie. And I just goes, okay, that's cute. It gets great reviews, but that's all I don't know. Whatever. I missed it. But the interesting thing about this whole thing was, Dan, you had seen this before and you had a strong reaction to it.
Very strong. I had, when Ryan he offered this up, I immediately was so thrilled that we were going to get to watch it again because it was a movie that I wanted to watch again, but knew if I did, it was going to break me down emotionally because the first time I watched this at the end of the movie, I was bawling. And so I was like, I had been avoiding it because I knew it was going to be an emotional gut punch for me personally because of what this movie talks about and what it deals with. And so it was kind of like the little nudge again of like, all right, go ahead, let's watch it again. And I'm so thankful that we did because I can probably solidify and say that this is in my top 5 and might be my favorite horror movie now because of it.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Holy shit.
That's incredible.
Well, that is a recommendation, if nothing else is, everybody. If you haven't seen One Cut of the Dead, go check it out. Try to find it, watch it. Go in knowing as little as possible. Like basically the synopsis I just gave and what Ryan said, that's all you need to know. Go in cold and stick with it. I will say that. Stick with this movie. Let it go all the way through because it does not go where you expect and it pays off. That's all I'll say.
I want to jump off on that too before we get to the spoiler. Like I had without spoiling anything, the fact that the movie, like, stick with it is great advice. The beginning of the movie definitely has things that you're like, what is going on with this? This doesn't feel great. And I promise it makes up for it. I promise.
Yes.
I promise.
Yes.
I promise. Stick with it. It's so worth it.
I'm going to promise too. Stick with this movie. Even when you're like, why am I still watching? Stick with this movie. Go watch it and come on back because right now we are going to give the spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert. All spoilers, including character deaths and plot twists, are now authorized. You have been warned.
That's right. Bam, bam, bam. Don't let this movie be spoiled for you, please. This is one you want to go into cold because when it kind of reveals what it really is, Like when this movie ends, what it leaves you with is very different than what you think it is for probably 3/4 of its runtime.
Yeah.
Like it is very special at the end of the movie. But before we get into some of that, and before I want to leave that hanging, Dan, I want to leave the ending hanging out there. Why you got emotional at the end? Because the first thing I want to do is talk about the kind of the 3-part structure of this movie. Because this movie starts off, as Ryan said, with a continuous shot, based like a half an hour long, nearly like exactly a half an hour long zombie
It's actually
movie.
it's almost a full 40 minutes.
It's almost 40
okay.
minutes, a little longer. So they cheated a little bit, but
they explain it, but we'll get to that.
They do. But the bottom line is it starts off with a single shot horror movie, which is not very good. And then all of a sudden the credits roll and it cuts, and there's still, you can, if you're watching the movie on a streaming service or whatever, a file, you see there's still an hour left of the movie and you're like, well, what now? Everyone's dead except for this girl. What the hell are we gonna do now? And then the second part of the movie is about a month before, and about a director getting an assignment from a TV company. Hey, we need to make a really like low budget, just fast paced, put together, just a shitty zombie movie. We're starting a new channel, just some sort of content. Make content for us.
Yeah.
And then the
And it
middle
needs
part of the
to
movie
be
is
live.
It needs to be live, one cut. Like these are the caveats they give him, and he's like, he laughs at them, and then okay, fine, whatever. The middle part of the movie is like just him figuring out how he's going to make the movie. And then the last third of the movie is them actually filming in real time, virtually, the movie that you saw at the beginning of the movie. And you see kind of behind the scenes of all of it.
And
If
it's
anyone out there,
incredible.
if anyone out there has seen the play Noises Off, it's basically
Yes!
that.
I love that play.
Oh.
I'm so glad you brought that up. It's one of my favorites. It's incredible. And it's absolutely this movie.
Totally. It totally is the same.
What is this play? What
Okay. Idea.
Quickly, what is the
Noises
play?
Off is Noises Off is a 3-part comedy that is in 3 acts. And so the first act is you're watching from the front of the stage them do a dress rehearsal of this comedy show. And you're seeing them like as if they're performing the play. But then the director's like in the audience. They always stage the director in the audience, like giving notes and whatever. And you're getting some of the relationships between the actors and the stage manager and the director. And all these are characters. The director and the stage manager are characters, but then you've also got like the actors. And one's like an old forgetful person who like was previously like famous in their career and is now always drunk, like whatever. You've got all these different like tropes. You've got like the hot bimbo that like can't remember her lines and isn't very bright. And so you've got all this different stuff. And you do this whole dress rehearsal. And then the second act, they swing the whole set around. You're watching from the backstage, and it's supposed to be opening night. And all this stuff is going wrong. And like you're seeing like all of the relationships that they've established are coming into conflict. And there's like this one guy who's in a love triangle with 2 of the actresses. Like it's a mess. And so you're seeing all this stuff from the back where they can't talk because there's stuff, and you're hearing the lines from the front of the scene that you like, all the scenes that you saw, so you know where everything is. And this is all like getting more tense. And then the last act, they flip the scene back to the front, and you're watching like the end of the run where like everyone's relationships have like crashed out the wazoo and everyone's in conflict. And then this is literally like the worst version of the play. Everything's going wrong. There's a point where like the drunk guy doesn't show up. So like one of the stage managers like comes in as the role, and then like the director doesn't know that the stage manager came in. So he comes in as a second version, and they're all in the same costume. And then finally the drunk guy shows up, and they're like doing all their lines in synchronization. Like it's beautiful, hilarious comedy. It's one of my favorite plays of all time. Please watch it if you ever have the opportunity. It's also like almost like kit and parcel, this movie from horror.
Careful, they made an okay movie of it, but the play is definitely the way to watch it. But it's, as you said, Ryan, there's so many similarities between that play and this movie, where you have these kind of heightened characters who you kind of take the middle part of the movie to figure out who they are. And it's funny because I want to know if you guys had the same reaction where, well, Dan, I don't know when you first watched it, I'm going to ask, but like when you watch this movie and you don't know where it's going, does the structure, because the noise is off, it builds and builds and builds and pays off. Like it's a really well structured script that like keeps you invested. This movie, because of the way that it's structured, where you have a movie and you're never told you're watching a movie within a movie.
The order.
Kind of, it flips the order around. So you're watching a movie and you're sitting there, at least I was, going, this is not good. What the fuck am I watching? And there's like a whole bunch of like awkward pauses and like weird dialogue scenes, and you're like, this is just not a good movie. And then the second part happens, and you're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, let's go crazy. Talk about our hobbies.
Wow, you got right out. Amazing.
What the fuck am I watching? There's that whole first movie is just really not good, and it's awkward and it's bad. And then the second part, because of that first part has a lot of energy despite being bad. The second part, you're then introduced to a whole lot of characters, and it slows everything way down. You don't really know why you should be invested in these characters. And then, like, do you feel that the structure hurts the movie, or does it pull through eventually?
Oh, for me, I absolutely love the structure of it, but that comes from me as a filmmaker too. Like I love movies that are about making movies too. So like following the process, I never felt like it slowed for me. I felt like they twisted it, and when they twisted it, it was so smart that I was then hooked.
So when they went to the end of the film, and boom, all of a sudden you're a month earlier, and it's time like to meet how they're going to make that movie, you were like, I'm in.
I love that, because when the credits were rolling, I was in the same boat. I looked and I was like, hold on. That was only 40 minutes. I'm like, what are they going to do right now? I was in that thing. And then as soon as it switched to the 1 month and we had that shot, I was like, I'm like, this is interesting. And then when they as soon as they get into like hiring the director, and I knew what they were getting into, I was like, this is so smart. Like, I just really thought it was just a smart way to tell this story. I love the structures. That's me. So
wait, Ryan, how about you, man? What were your emotions like when we went into the second act?
Here's the thing. I think the movie sold me pretty early, because at first I was like, this feels pretty mid. It doesn't, like, I don't really feel great about it. Like, it's fine. But then the thing is, like, literally probably around the time that they start having the conversation about the hobbies or whatever, and they have those really long, awkward pauses, I was like, what is even happening? And I was starting to like take it like, oh, this is just meant to be ridiculous. Like, this is whatever they're doing. I don't really know what they're doing, but it seems intentionally bad. And then like the director, I think the director coming in and doing the like action, I was like, okay, they know what they're doing. Like, this is very intentionally meant to be silly and whatever. And I started to appreciate it there. But then the irony is that once we get to the second act, the director being such a dick in the first third, like I literally in that first couple shots, I was like, I already know my fuck that guy for this movie. And then you get to the second part of the thing, and you're like, is this the same guy? Because he looks the same, but this doesn't seem like the same person at all.
Can I really quickly interject to say that, like, the whole first part where it was the found footage thing,
yeah,
I was sitting there with my arms crossed the entire time. But when he busts out, when they're running up the stairs, and he just busts out of the door and goes, action!
Yeah,
it's him again. Like a jack in the. I laughed out loud. I was like, okay, that's really good.
When they're outside after she's kicked the two people, I completely agree. That was the light bulb of like, up until then, I was like, I'm not sure if this is just like meant to be awkward or whatever, and that like him coming in and just being like, action. I was like, this is intentional. This is the light bulb that I'm like, they are very purposefully doing this. But then the irony is then that was the hook in the second act, was then I was like, is this the same guy? And then I was like, I want to know how we got here. And also they like established all the actors. Some of the actors are different. And you're like, why?
Right.
If this is who they were, how did we get to there? And so they seed enough stuff that you're kind of invested. And then the third act is fucking gold. It's incredible. It's so well done, and it pays off so well, and you're just watching all these things come together, and it's completely recontextualizing the first third of the movie in a way that you're just like, it's brilliant. I love it.
And then also to like the coup de grace, like the prestige, if you will, is then the real credits of the movie are over them, like behind the scenes footage of them really filming that first uncut shot that they then made a movie of how they. It's hard to explain. It's so meta.
Yeah,
but they really did
the actual
shoot that
behind the scenes of the first continuous shot that then they base the third act off of mimicking the actual version.
Wild.
Exactly.
Love it.
Yeah, exactly. Which is crazy. Which brings us to the ending of the movie, which right before that credit scene, there's a moment that made Dan cry. And I think before earlier on, we said that Ryan, you and I knew exactly the moment it was going to be.
We figured it out on the extended today.
We figured it out.
I mean, I should say we figured it out. Ian knew, and I'm just an idiot, and I totally had forgotten about that moment. And then I remembered the moment, and I was like, oh, duh.
It just took you a second. That's all.
I just had to remember the actual part.
And Ryan, let's say it on 3. What moment that was when something happens with the director, right? 1, 2, 3.
It's the photo.
The daughter. Yeah. The daughter shows him the photo of her on his shoulders as a child. And she's like, hey, I was just up on your shoulders getting this last shot of the movie, Dad. Because, was that it, Dan? Were we right?
I'm trying not to get emotional even right now.
Buddy.
Yeah, dude, that was it. That was like, it hit me harder the second time. So I watched this the first time right about the time that my daughter was born, and seeing the underneath all that goes on during this movie, there's this great story about a dad that's going to lose his daughter because she's moving out soon, and he's regretting, like, he's looking at photos from the past of them together, and he's just remembering that time that he had. And in the movie, like, she doesn't really respect what he does, and he's trying anything just to get her attention. Like, he casts the guy that she likes, like, he pulls him into the movie just to, like, hopefully get his daughter closer to him.
He casts a guy who's a dick.
And so
he's like, I don't like him, but for you, I'll keep him on.
And so, like, to have that undercurrent and see, like, it hit me hard the first time, because to see at the end when they come together and she respects her dad and they made something together, was like, God, I was like, I hope I can do this one day with my daughter. Ooh. And then when I watched it again, I realized that, like, I have already, because, like, earlier this year, I shot a really fun short film with my daughter and with my nieces and nephews, and I remember specific moments of her taking over. See, I have 2 kids, and they're both in it, so I don't want to forget. I don't want to, like, leave them both out. I love both my girls, but it was my oldest, Cleo, who's really taken a liking to, like, she really wants to know about these movies that we're talking about. That she really loves knowing. Like, I have to, like, tell her about the movie without, like, revealing all the scary stuff. But I know that she wants to watch these when we get older, and I make these promises, like, when you get older, we're gonna watch this one. And so it hit me hard when they, like, come together and they made this together, that I was like, I did that. And when I watched this very first time, I was like, I hope I can do it. And when I saw this again, I was like, I did it. And I want to keep doing it. And man, I'm sorry, guys, I'm getting so emotional.
No, now you're making me emotional, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's why this is like, this movie was really great when I watched it. I was like, man, I love this movie. But seeing this again, it has everything that I love about. It has everything that's me. Everything that's me is in this movie. I love zombies. I've loved them forever. I love filmmaking. It's all I want to do. I love my kids. I love the comedy. And I love oneers. I love one takes. If a person can do a one take, I'm down for it. So it was like, this movie is everything. And it's so smart, and it's so funny. I laughed so hard that next hour, because I knew what to expect now. So I was, like, kind of experiencing it again to see it for the comedy, but I saw all the connective tissues, and holy cow, it was just like, It's just I just absolutely love this rewatch, and I'm so thankful that we watched it again. But man, yeah, it's an emotionally effective movie for me.
I love that it hits you that deeply, man. And even last, like when you said that this movie made you emotional, and I watched it, and like Ryan said, we knew right where it was because it was just, it was so clear. But what wasn't clear was when I was watching through the movie, the thing that really surprised me was the payoff, because the entire second act, I was sitting there going, the comedy is too broad. It's very kind of cartoony. There's a lot of character stuff that we don't need. And I will be goddamned if they don't pay off every single one of those little tiny details at some point in that third act.
Yeah.
There's stuff that you don't even realize they're throwing at you, and the third act pays it off. It's wild. Ryan, was there anything that like that you noticed that stuck out for you as like a good payoff moment in that third act?
Oh, I love the fact that the vomit's legit. Like the fact that like you're like, oh my god, he actually puked on that guy. Or like the fact that he's like carrying him around places. I really dug the payoff of the camera being on the ground. And then she's like begging for the camera and begging for the camera. And then he's like, because you're in that first part, you're like, why are we just staring at the ground for so long? And they even have like a music cue of like, and we're back in it. Like the camera's back. And you're like, okay, they made a moment of it, but like, why was that there? And then like, you have that really like, I'm taking it. Fuck it. We ball. And like, she's like sprinting. And then she like eats shit and like takes the camera with her. And you're like, oh man, dude, like it's all so there.
You just said that she eats shit. Can we talk about the people in this movie that absolutely eat shit? Yeah. It is just unreal. And it looks like it's legit spills every time because this movie blends what's real and what's not. These weren't professionals. These were people. These were actors that were from like a seminar that they cast for this movie. Really? A lot of these people paid to be in this movie. So there's the one scene where I think she's like an assistant. I don't think it's the camera op. It's someone else. And she just bails out. It becomes a running joke in that third act that she just bails. She can't get on top of the human pyramid. She just bails out. You've got the camera operator who falls over and his back spasms and he's just sitting there frozen like, I can't, my back's done, dude. I can't move. And then the second AD picks up the second director of photography picks up the camera, runs with it, bails, like Ryan just said.
Can we talk about in the credits, the people who actually shot the thing have to then mimic the fall?
Really?
Whatever way it happened, somebody ate shit and they had to keep it.
Real. Yeah.
That's
dude,
hilarious.
In the actual credits, someone bails out. It's insane.
Oh, that's so
awesome. Good.
Oh my God.
I also want to point out another payoff moment that immediately was it in that moment was, you know how like it was so great how the second or the camera assistant, she really was like, you know, you got to push in, zoom in, like that's what people want. And then it's like, oh, it's stupid.
That's
and
goofy.
Then when she changes she does it herself, and then the young daughter's like, oh, the POV change is so good. I was like, oh, that's such a good payoff.
Right. The nerd, like the super intense, like horror nerd daughter catches it immediately.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that, so watching that first like oneer movie, I was sitting there, boys. I was waiting to rant. I had notes of all the things that I was mad about.
Oh yeah, the awkward pauses, the why looking off screen.
Why is the guy sitting in the background not acting like he's reacting to the zombie? Why is she suddenly like super?
You're like, he's just watching. What the fuck is he doing?
What the fuck are you doing back there, bro? Why aren't you acting? Why are we only focusing on her screaming while he's chopping the other chick in the head? Like, why aren't we?
It's so
is this because you don't have the budget to be able to show them actually do this? Like, why in the shed there's a random zombie that comes in and stands next to her and then just leaves,
and you
I'm
only see his leg.
Fuck is that? Why did we have that shot? I made a list of all the things I was mad at that they fucked this movie up. And then
it became a checklist of all the things that paid off, right?
All the things that paid off. I went down. I'm like, you paid off every single one of these.
So good.
I was being the horror nerd daughter going
literally like, an act. Lucky me.
I love the one where they're still in the they just survived the one zombie attack,
man.
and they have to read that long cue card. But in the
Yes.
one, you're like, why are they just
They
staring
staring
off to the
for
side
so
awkwardly for so
long.
long?
And it's funny because I was being that guy who was watching that first half an hour of this movie going, this fucking sucks. There's so many technical errors here. Meh, 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 and being all grumpy. And then I saw the third act and I went, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers, you got me. Holy shit.
And even like when you see them angle up, like when the first real zombie attacks the one guy, and it's like the angle is so high up,
Yeah,
and you're like, why is
are
it
we on
only
his
their
shoulders?
heads when it's the first zombie attack? And you're like, oh, because the director's under him, so they had to cut him out. It's like so
It's
great.
so good, guys.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Yeah.
I love the also the fact that they've got the little blood tubes, like they're just,
Oh my God.
spitting blood in
Spitting
people's
in her
faces.
face.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
so, and they're like, I like
And-
this little bucket. They're like painting people on the go.
But Ryan, to that point, and Dan, I know you feel this, is that the thing that the third act of this movie really, 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 really gives you is that love of fucking film. The love of filmmaking and creating in a
It's
group
so
of people
impressive what they
Yeah.
pull
getting
off.
together and just like, we are going to get this goddamn thing done.
This as I was watching this, I was like, for anybody that's leaning into like AI is going to be the thing, AI movies are what boy people are going to make it. Watch this movie. This is why people make films. The heart and the soul of a crew coming together for a sole purpose is just beautiful. Like, when you're on a set and you're just with these people and everybody is driving to do one thing and they all love what they're doing, there's no other feeling like that. And that's what I try to chase all the time. And this movie captures it so well.
And Dan, you make a great point, because the meta narrative of this whole thing is this movie is the very thing that it's pretending to be. This was made for $25,000 by a
Wow.
bunch of students and a guy who'd only ever made short films. And they made it in 8 days.
Amazing.
And it grossed 1,000 times what it cost to make
As it deserves.
because it was successful, as it
Yes.
deserved.
It's incredible.
This is the very thing that it's pretending to be.
You're right.
And it's amazing, like crazy. Like there's meta to this story. That's like the biggest possible meta thing. This is the very movie within a movie within a movie that it is trying to be, and it's about the joy of filmmaking.
You
And
know,
it's about the joy of creating.
I think I've got a good metaphor for this, because one of the I don't remember who said it, but for anybody familiar with Tenacious D, Jack
Oh,
Black's
yes.
band.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Some music producer or record label executive or something at some point early on in Tenacious D's career, before they got big and before Jack Black got crazy movie star famous, said that the appeal of Tenacious D is the fact that they so believe that they are rock stars that you watch them become rock stars, because
Yes.
they so believe in it. And I feel like that you could say the same about this movie. This movie is so good at believing in its mission of like what it's trying to be, that it just becomes the thing. Like you are watching it in real time just transform into this masterpiece.
It's beyond just confidence, because Jack Black really can sing his
Yeah,
ass off.
well, there's
and
the
Kyle
technical
Gass-
skill to back
Kyle
it
Gass
up.
really can play the shit out of a guitar.
And
Like,
similarly, this movie has the technical skills to back it up as well. But
Bingo.
there's that you have to sell it. It's not just, you can't just be good. You have to be able to present it and believe in it and put the gas behind it to make it big. And this movie has that in spades. It's incredible.
Yes. But here's the problem. Okay, actually, before I get to that, I'm going to stop myself, because I have to ask, guys, before we get to this next part. For
Okay.
you, what was the single funniest moment in this movie? Dan, what was the moment you laughed at the most?
Oh man.
Or
Oh,
Ryan, if you
God.
have one, take
Yeah,
it
Ryan,
away,
if you
man.
have it, I'm trying
I know
to remember
one that got me for sure. I don't know if it's the funniest per se, but I think
What did you laugh the hardest
I
at?
think that when they pay off the him coming up from the stairs and it's the action and he gets kicked in the balls because his wife's gone like full
nuts,
method. That's great. But then also
the apocalypse now.
The fact that pretty much everything on the roof too of the whole like they have to like have her screaming so that they can like knock her out and paint her down, and then she wakes up in the middle of it and you're like, oh no, she was actually just knocked out.
She was KO'd. That was mine, Ryan. I sorry, you stole mine. That's 100%. When they choked out the wife, I was on the floor.
It's so good.
If you're watching YouTube, you're gonna please watch YouTube because I'm gonna demonstrate it. But this is the stuff that had me the funniest was this. Pum!
Yeah, the
self-defense move.
Was so
the wife again. The wife again.
Or honestly, the final scene, the recreating the original scene that starts the whole thing, and then like because of the tower, he's doing the wait. Okay, go.
Yes.
Wait.
The one chick who keeps falling
So
all the time. And the whole time, like she's just the biggest klutz, and she keeps falling off. It's amazing. It really is
the whole thing.
Fantastic stuff. But
we don't have time. Put the makeup on now.
Is there anyone we can give a fuck that guy award to? I mean, maybe the producer chick back at the offices being
she's
like
okay.
looking at her phone, but
she's
no,
fine.
I'm gonna go with the other one, the one who tries to tell him that they don't need the crane shot, and then like goes like, "No, your average is fine."
No, but he's in the damn pyramid at the end.
True,
you know, he comes around.
That's true, but to be fair, I don't know he does willingly. The daughter pretty much strong arms everybody by the end. I don't know how much of that was his choice.
What he was on one of the bottom rungs. Props to him, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna nominate this as the first movie to not have a fuck that guy award.
I think you're right. I can't think about like you have to have to do that. You would have to just only.
You'd have to justify something.
Yeah.
There's no one to hate in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone at some point, even the drunk guy, is on the bottom of the damn pyramid by the end.
Right. If anything, it could be why didn't the other couple show up? The other actors that were supposed to
they got an accident.
They're having a affair.
Well, and they got in a car accident, didn't they?
Oh, that's true. So
they were
that's
so I don't want to give it to them.
Honestly,
see, there's nobody.
You could say the wife because she kind of lost sight of shit and like became harmful to everyone on the set. But then again, she's also like helping out. Like pretty much, I think the problem is anyone that you could give it to, there's a caveat. There's
because she cares too much. We can't give this. This is an award based on what Guy Woodhouse, Mike Logan from Cannibal Ferox. Like
I don't think that there's any category.
No. By the way, the baby in the movie played by actual Shinichiro Ueda, who directed this movie and wrote it based on a stage play called Ghost in the Box by Ryoichi Wada. That was his actual baby.
Wow.
That was Shinichiro's actual infant child in this movie.
Wow.
That he happened to have at the time. And he's like, well, I've got it. Might as well use it. And which is kind of cool because it means he got his kid actually in his movie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe one day he'll have his kid on his shoulders.
Yep.
At some point.
Wow. So much meta in this movie.
Meta all over the place. Nobody died. We're kind of fucked on this one, guys. Like we're gonna have to play this.
Counting fake deaths?
I guess let's do fake deaths. This is why you died. It's the name of the show. We have to figure out why someone died in one cut of the dead.
Death.
Let's just go with the actual little film they did at the beginning of the movie. Why did someone die in the first third of one cut of the dead? Man.
I got one.
Oh, go for it, Dan.
Too,
what do you got?
No, I can't do that. So never mind it because we have to only take the first 40 minutes. I was gonna do the sound guy, but you only learn that he poops because he drinks the wrong water, which comes after the 40 minutes. So I can't do him technically because he didn't really in the movie. Didn't he get killed?
He does get killed.
He ran out. You hear him.
He ran out.
Die.
Well,
yeah,
because
then he got beheaded.
They chop off his head at the back. He runs out, he becomes a zombie, and then the director comes back with him. But he became a zombie.
What led to it was drinking the wrong water, but that only comes because of...
That's true, that can't count.
That can't count. Come back to me then.
He died for a meta reason, Dan.
That's true. Okay, yeah, that's true.
I've got one within the bounds.
Go for it.
The director is such a dick to the lead actress that she murders him with an axe. Respect your crew, respect your staff, and don't be a fucking dick. Be kind to one another or get axed in the face repeatedly.
That's good.
I've got to say,
point.
dude, I'm kind of sad that Shelley Duvall died before well, I guess, no, she could have seen this movie. She died after this movie came out. So she probably saw this movie and was like, man, if I'd only had a real axe on the set of The Shining, that Kubrick fuck.
Ouch.
I'd have given him one for. I'm actually kind of convinced that was like a little joke of like the way he was abusing her in this movie was a gaffe on Kubrick and Shelley Duvall in The Shining.
Wow.
Just, I don't know. I'm postulating, but yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna say don't believe in these fake. Don't believe in fake self-defense classes.
Pom!
Palm my ass. Palm when an axe is coming your way. Doesn't work, does it? Lose your head. That's how it works. Dan, it's up to you again. Why did someone die? Hey,
I thought I agreed to however the other guy died.
Why did someone die in True Fear, which I think is the name of the little mini movie they did at the beginning of this?
It would be to don't be a drunk. How about that?
We didn't know he was drunk.
Oh wait, see, I always keep confused. Okay, so if I can only choose.
It has to be within the plot of the original movie.
You could do the male lead. He becomes a zombie and gets his head chopped off. That's
true. So don't leave your leading lady. Don't leave your final girl. I don't know. I fail at this one. I fail at the fake deaths that didn't really happen and how they died.
Dan's blinded by emotion of the What about the glasses guy? The
glasses guy. How did he die? He lost his arm.
He lost his arm. He lost his arm.
He should have.
And then
he should have studied
right?
more. He should have studied more self-defense because you can learn how not to be disarmed.
Oh, that was a good one. I like
come
it.
on, Dan. I'm helping you. I'm throwing you a bone.
I like it. Let's go with that guy.
We'll go with that
eyeglass guy.
We'll go with that. All right, a little bit of trivia before we get to our Scullies. Did you know that the original name of this movie actually was Kamera wo Tomato no? Oh, sorry, Tomato na. My Japanese is terrible. Which means don't stop shooting.
Oh.
Why do we think they changed the name to One Cut of the Dead for the international market?
Because
it sounds like zombies.
Like guns over here.
That too.
I don't know.
That's a darker reason, but yes.
That's a marketing reason, I would think, is don't think it's about shooting guns all the time.
I agree. Don't Stop Shooting sounds like a wacky comedy. And I think going into this thinking it's an actual zombie movie that they're doing in one shot, I mean, it had me fooled. And I liked it better thinking that. So
yeah,
I think I prefer One Cut of the Dead over Don't Stop Shooting. But
I think it gives more of an inclination of what it is.
Exactly.
What it wants you to think it is.
That's what I'm saying. From a meta standpoint, that's a word we're overusing this episode. Meta standpoint, it works way better.
A counter, a tally.
We do. Bing! Take a drink every time I say meta.
We did that the same time.
You're gonna
this
be
might do well on when we post some of this stuff on social. Maybe it'll do well, huh? We'll just keep saying meta.
Depends on the platform.
Speaking of doing well, how well is this movie going to do in Dan's Scullies? I'm curious to see. I mean, I think I have an idea that Dan is going to go over the moon with this one. Dan, how many skulls do you give to One Cut of the Dead?
11 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. Easy. Wow. Like this is like I said, this has become one of my favorite horror movies, if not my favorite. I think everything pays off so well. It has everything that I love about filmmaking and horror movies kind of all smashed up into one. And then to have this whole underlining of a director who wants to make movies and be able to share the passion of making movies with his daughter just hit so close that I just love this movie. I feel like it's perfect. It's so good. It's it. This is it. This is one of the best.
10 out of 10 skulls for Dan. Mm-hmm. God damn. Well, Ryan, I'm going to go to you last because it's your movie, so I guess it's on me. This movie was a 6. When I watched the first half an hour of this movie, in my head, I had 6 skulls. I was like, this is a 6. This is a 6 movie. Like, I can understand, like, it's kind of funny, but it's also really, like, poorly made. There's so many just technical errors in it. I'm not really sure what they're going for. I think it would have been better if they had made this a movie within a movie or something like that. And then it ends and they go to the second act of this movie, the second third of the movie. And I was like, oh no, we have to go all the way back and we find out how this movie's made and who's this guy. And I don't know his daughter. I don't care about his daughter. And I wasn't invested. I stopped it. I paused the movie and like went out for like 15 minutes. Somewhere in the middle of the casting process in this movie. And by the end of that second third of the movie, I was at like a 7.5. I'm like, okay, we're getting better. Like, I kind of get what they're doing here. It's cool. Then that third act kicked in. And holy fucking shit, I have not had a movie flip on me like this in a long time, if ever. I haven't gone from just loathing my experience to just being jaw on the floor, amazed in a long time. And by the time that the real credits rolled, I had a grin ear to ear and I came bouncing out of the room like just full of this energy and like joy. And it was just such like a happy movie and an uplifting movie, and made me just love the idea of movie making and the idea of creativity and working together and family and just all of it. And so much of it could so easily be cheesy and somehow and goofy and or over the top and broad, and somehow I feel like they just come on this side where it's emotionally resonant and it just makes you grin, even though it doesn't have to be too deep or too heavy or anything. It just is so energetic and so fun in that last third, and pulls everything back together. This movie's a 9 for me. It's nice. It was a 9.5, but it's got found footage, so I have to dock half a point. But no, it's an incredible movie. It's a 9.
Man of principle.
I'm sorry, it is what it is. But no, if it wasn't for just that structure, I don't know how they would have done it better. Like, you've got to do it, but it does really. You have to push through. That for me, that first time I had to push through. It'll be easier the next time. I recommend everyone, if you made it this far in the show and you haven't watched it, go fucking watch it. Push through to the end. It really is a fantastic movie. Ryan Ross Live. It was your pick for Continuous. How many skulls do you give to One Cut of the Dead?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to double down on what you said there of not only should you go watch this movie, I went in this movie completely blind. I knew almost nothing. I had picked this off of an internet list. And this is probably, out of all of the movies we watched, I don't think I've enjoyed a movie as much as this one. This one's a fucking 10. It's perfect.
Wow.
It is incredible all the way through. Every single part of this. You're right. The beginning is ridiculous. There's parts like, what the fuck is going on? Why is that guy just sitting there? Why is there these long, awkward pauses? They like clap and then they just get quiet and they look at each other awkwardly. And I'm like, what is going on? And like, even then I'm like, okay, this is fun. It's silly. Like, it's clearly meant to be comedic and awkward.
Wait,
or whatever.
I have to ask for Ryan and me, when you watch the second time, is that first third like hilarious because you know what's really going on?
Hilarious. It's so, that's why it makes it like it's just a full comedy all the way through once you know what's going on. Like, to watch the first is so joyful but then you forget some stuff too, so you're like, okay, something's happening off set, so I forgot that joke, so we'll see it later. Yeah, right. But it's so fun all the way through.
Yeah, probably when I watch it the second time, it'll be a 9.5. But I'm sorry, Ryan. So that first third is like great.
You're able to catch on pretty quick. Like, this is meant to be ridiculous. I don't know why, but this is meant to be ridiculous. And then those credits roll, and you're like, what the fuck? You said it yourself. What are we gonna do for the next hour? What the fuck? There's a whole hour left of this movie. What the fuck are we gonna do? And then you start to get the backstory, and it's basically like you get the origin, and the origin's interesting. I don't think it's the most compelling part, but it does set up a bunch.
Agreed.
And then that third act is a fucking masterpiece. It's hilarious. It's technically adept. I think the funniest things in the movie are the two signs. The two signs. The one where they're staring off screen and they just cut and everyone's looking and you're like, that's why. And then you get the other one where it's like, well, what's the guy? We were at the point with the guy with the leg. What's the guy with the leg's deal? And it's like, it's another fucking sign and it says grab the axe. And then you're like, oh, that's that cheesy ass line. And then they repeat the line. They go like, oh, an axe. Lucky me. It's just I want a t-shirt. I'm gonna put it in the merch store, I think, for season 4.
Wow.
An axe. Lucky me with just an axe. And I'll make it the extended from our extendeds. I'm gonna make this. I'm telling you, this movie's a fucking masterpiece. It might be my favorite movie of all the movies we've watched. I don't even really know if I can consider it truly a horror film in a lot of ways, but we talked, I think, some episodes ago about like if there was a favorite comedy. This is the best comedy I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing.
Whoa.
I love this so much. I will
It's
carry
so
this
good.
movie with me. I'm going to be recommending it to everyone. Watch this fucking movie. It's so good.
Wow.
Holy
A 10.
shit.
I will say, I know I don't want to stretch the show too far, but there's one thing I do want to touch upon if you guys rewatch it, is that during the second, they're like, you were saying that there's not a whole lot in that second act, but the third, there's two very important scenes or elements that take place for the father-daughter relationship in that I think really pay off. So watch it again. But it's he has the interaction with the drunk, and he sees what a future could be if he was a bad father, just like the drunk guy.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
I didn't even catch that.
So like he sees this like, oh, that could be my future if I don't fix things with my daughter, if I'm not careful.
And he has
this is what
like
I
an
can
anxiety
become.
attack. He like freaks out.
Yeah.
So then there's that element, and then also when he gets to witness his daughter, they are complete parallels of directors, but by the end of the movie, they've come together to work together as a director that makes everything work. She's on the extreme. She yells at a kid, and she's not even the director. She's just like an assistant or something, or PA, and she's yelling to try to get like this reaction. Whereas he's so pushed off and a pushover.
He wants to be like culturally respectful.
Right. And so those two things, like having those elements, really help their relationship and how he acts as the director in it, and then how she leads into the role and kind of respects her father. Like that all happens in there. So that's what I really noticed on the rewatch too.
I'm not gonna lie. When I said like it's a 9 for me now, it could easily be a 9.5 on a rewatch. Catching all that stuff that you're talking about, Dan, like, and every criticism I had would go away. I mean, this movie is, if you guys don't believe us, if you're at this point, you haven't seen the movie and you still don't believe us, it's got 100% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's incredible.
It's got an 86 out of 100 on Metacritic. Like, it's nearly a perfect score.
We didn't shout this moment out, and I think we have to before we hit the end of the episode. Can we talk about the lead actor being like, you slapped me. No one's ever slapped me. And then his wife comes in with the haymaker and goes, she said, get to your cue, bitch.
I will say,
I think she says brat, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, incredible.
To that main actor's credit, when he did complain about the zombies holding the axes, I was on his side. Yeah, zombies holding weapons, like that's a big choice.
And to be fair, they fix it.
To
be fair, the wife fixed it. Well, right. They didn't fix it. The wife fixes it. The other guy doesn't have any choice in the matter.
Right, exactly. But I was on his side with that. But anyway, all right, boys. Well, there we are. We loved One Cut of the Dead. Something that I didn't think I would be saying 2/3 of the way through this movie, but here we are. Weird, great choice, Ryan Ross Live. But you are now out of a prompt, unfortunately, which means you get to draw another one out of your bucket of the beast. Your little baby coffin.
Also,
your coffin of the beast.
This is tied for our second highest movie of all time.
That doesn't surprise me. That was a lot of high numbers we just threw out there, boys.
Tied with The Thing and Frankenstein, for anyone wondering.
Wow.
Second only to Silence of the Lambs.
Wow. That's saying something, but that's, I mean, don't trust us, trust the critics. I mean, everyone loves this movie. Go watch it. Go watch it all the way through if you haven't already seen it. If you have seen it, then you know, and you're at home laughing along with us when we talk about these moments. Ryan Ross Live, you got there, you're shaking up the coffin.
I am, but
what
you guys
are we sitting on, Dan?
Exactly.
We got a couple of prompts. Dan, you're about to reveal your movie for
Rip.
Did you ultimately go with R.I.P. or with Rip for that one? Or we'll find out. Okay.
You're going to find out.
Sly smile over there.
Find out.
I'm sitting on Thriller, which I'm very excited about. And then Ryan is drawn out of the coffin, the bucket of the beast. What do you got there, Ryan? What is your next prompt?
I have, let me see if it'll focus.
I always wait for the focus.
Sliver.
Silver or sliver?
Sliver.
There was a horror movie called Sliver.
There was a horror movie
it was a
called
thriller.
Sliver. There was a horror movie
I have
called
no
Sliver.
idea what the fuck I'm going to do for Sliver.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's not the one I was thinking of. What was the...
I thought there was an erotic thriller with Sharon Stone.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Splinter. I was thinking of Splinter, which is a great movie. That's what I was thinking. Which I guess would still work for Sliver. But a lot of things could work for Sliver. So Ryan, you have another one.
I'm getting all these weird ones. Continuous Sliver.
Oh, No.
I got Resurgence earlier this season.
That's
right.
true, but that led to it. That was great.
But you
That's
also
true.
you used up all of your powers, so you have
That's
nothing
true.
to save you.
I'm
The only thing that
Dan
can
still
save
has
you.
a couple. He's got.
I got
possession.
powers, but I'm enjoying my prompts. I'm
Well, maybe
sorry.
in
You
the
still
next
have your
episode-
possession too. Don't forget.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
true.
You can
You have
steal
your
one of our
possession.
prompts.
You can steal
Okay.
or force somebody.
That's true. He could force you to do a sliver
You
and
can
me to
force
do a
to
thriller.
recycle.
Oh, Dan's still got
Okay.
the powers. We got to be careful of Dan right
Okay.
now. But
I'll be
we
careful.
really got to be careful of Dan because he's about to tell us what we're going to watch next week, and hopefully he made a good choice. Dan, what movie are we watching next week for RIP?
So ask me the question again that I have been winking at the camera for, of whether I chose what or what.
Did
for
you
this.
choose RIP or did you choose RIP?
This choice is fulfilling both.
Oh,
So-
Interesting.
We
Okay.
have recently we lost a great actor. So RIP for that, for Mr. Sam Neill.
oh,
And
yeah.
so I'm choosing a Sam Neill horror movie where there is a
Fuck.
rip in the space in the
Space-time
universe.
continuum. Let's go.
So we're going to be
Dan.
watching Event Horizon. As soon as I got RIP and I heard the news and I was thinking, it was funny. It was like I was leaning towards Event Horizon anyways, but then the sad news came along and I was like, this is a perfect fit for it. And and we can honor his role in this and we can watch this movie.
I am so happy that you picked this because, Dan, I swear to God, a couple of months ago, I kept hoping I would get something that allowed me to choose Event Horizon. I've been dying to watch this movie again. Thank you. That's a fantastic call. Ryan Ross Live, what do you know about Event Horizon?
Nothing.
Oh, great.
I do want to shout out. This is the first movie of the second to last round of the season.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God, these
we're
seasons
almost
are going
there?
too quick.
6 episodes away from the end of the season.
Holy crap. Well, it's an
the end of the
excellent
cycle.
one.
We've got the finale, of course. But
Right.
you get the idea.
Right.
Still, an excellent choice to get this late in the season. But that's a great one. I can't wait for Ryan for you to see
Is
this
it
very
space
influential
themed?
movie.
It sounds space themed.
It is space themed. It
It
is
is
one of the
space
greatest
themed.
space horror movies ever made.
Mm.
And I made a reference to it actually. If you guys are
So it's
regular
better
listeners to
than
the show,
Alien.
I said one of the greatest ever made, not the greatest. One of the greatest. Top 10. But if you guys are long-time listeners of the show, I've made Event Horizon references in the beginnings at least once because I believe Event Horizon to be a prequel to Warhammer 40K. If you're a deep hardcore nerd like Henry Cavill, that's right,
exciting.
Ryan.
Whoa.
I woke Ryan's ass up right there. All right, so come on back next week. We're going to watch Event Horizon. That's going to be a blast. Go watch One Cut of the Dead if you have not seen it by now. What are you doing? Go watch it.
Please
Jesus
watch it.
Christ, please watch
Please
it. all the way through.
watch it.
And if you did watch it with us and you enjoyed it, let us know. Hit us up. Dan, where can they hit us up? Tell them.
Beacons.ai/TIWYD pod is where you can find all the links and you can listen to us. You can watch us on our YouTube channel. You can check out our merch store.
And if you'd like discounts on the merchandise, you can head over to our Patreon because we have.
Sorry, I caught you
multiple
mid-drink.
tiers. No. And we have multiple tiers available, all of which have exclusive perks, including you get access to the community Discord. You get access to discounts on merchandise. You get access to the extended episodes where we chop it up before and after every episode. You get access to bonus content that we put out every single month. And some of the tiers are as cheap as the coffee, but the top tier is our dedicated benefactors who get a personalized shout out every single episode. So we'd like to shout out our lovely CG and Tin Man.
CG and Josh,
Thank
thank
you
you so
guys.
much as
Thank you
always.
both.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to
You guys
all of our
rule.
dedicated patrons and also to all of those who are dedicated listeners. All of you guys choose to support the show in your own way, and all of it makes the show better. We really, really appreciate it. We have some milestones of patrons to elevate the show if we hit certain milestones, but also this show is nothing without all of the people who are spending time listening along with us and going along with this journey. So we appreciate you for being a part of it and spreading the word and growing this community together, because we love doing this and we love spending time with you, and we hope that you love spending time with us as much as we enjoy chopping up all these fucking movies. So thank you so much. Welcome.
So much energy there
really
at the end.
appreciate it. I love this movie. This movie was fun, and
I know.
I hope everybody watches
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Yeah,
But thank you for being here. We
joyous.
appreciate you.
We appreciate you very much. I can't say it better than Ryan, man. Well said, and it's so true. If you made it this deep in the show, thank you so much for spending all your time with us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you had as much fun as we had, because this was a lot of fun. This was a fun movie. Definitely one of the funniest ones we've watched on the show so far. Fantastic stuff. And I'm looking forward to next week. And I've got something up my sleeve for you guys the week after that. So it's going to be a good time. Come on back, have some fun with us. Get on in. The water's fine. Have some hot chocolate. We'll see you next time. For Ryan Ross
With
live
Lucky
for Dan March
Charms
of Madness.
and blood.
With Lucky Charms.
Bringing it back full circle.
I'm Surrey and Dangerous. We'll see you next time right here on
This is why you die.